I mean, we're both competitors, and there's no ill will. And once we both get punched in the face, like, we're gonna be locked in.
Has one job to do, which is to let anybody know that's listening that it doesn't make any difference, that boxing is a real sport. My skills versus your skills, of which I have an abundance of and of which you have none of.
Jake Paul is visibly shaken after learning that. Floyd Mayweather has officially joined Gervonta Davis's training camp. He keeps trying to sound confident in interviews, saying he's staying positive and focused. But his body language tells a different story. The thought of Mayweather sharpening Tank's timing, precision, and defensive reactions has turned the pressure up to a dangerous level. Fans can see it. Jake finally realizes he's not just fighting a boxer, he's fighting a boxing genius and his protege. The fear is setting in, and it's written all over his face.
The cardio, the conditioning, it's a sprint and a marathon at the same time. But I feel great. So I don't know, after 5 years of doing it, I'm healthier than ever, mentally doing amazing. So I'm just always thinking of the positive. And even in sparring, I've never been knocked down or knocked out or anything. So I've just yet to experience any.
Have you ever been knocked out?
No, never. I was meditating once. That's how my nose is crooked. People think my nose is crooked from boxing, but I was meditating once. It's the only time I've ever passed out and I got knocked out. But I like was sitting on this higher chair thing, meditating, breathing in, and I think I had like low blood sugar or something, or it was early in the morning, earlier than I normally woke up, and I just fell forward straight into the concrete, and it broke my nose, and I was like knocked out for
Floyd Mayweather has reportedly joined Gervonta Davis in training camp, bringing with him decades of championship experience and technical mastery. His presence alone injects a new level of confidence into Tank's preparation, with Mayweather guiding every detail from defensive positioning to counter timing. Davis is entering this fight smarter, sharper, and more disciplined than ever before. Under Mayweather's mentorship, Tank isn't just training to win. He's training to dominate. Put Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis side by side. The natural size difference becomes impossible to ignore. Davis built his reputation by dismantling fighters in lighter divisions, where his explosive speed and knockout power were perfectly balanced. Jake, however, competes as a cruiserweight, entering the ring much heavier, taller, and with a longer reach. Critics say this fight crosses the line between sport and spectacle, that the physical gap is too extreme for any commission to approve as a fair matchup.
My question is, what's the rules? And like, are they gonna actually try and knock each other out? Because it's gonna be a glorified sparring match. I'm not watching, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Jake's gonna have a hard time hitting him.
Yeah,
You know,
big time. Gervonta's so fast
and
and skilled.
Gervonta's gonna eat his.
I thought
guts.
Jake was gonna fight Anthony Joshua. That seemed.
No, that was actually getting.
That is
sounded
the
more
craziest
interesting.
idea I've ever heard. Jake Paul trying to fight Anthony Joshua is, crazy.
Not a sanctioned professional bout. This means the fight will not count towards either fighter's professional records.
So it's still being finalized.
Yeah, I don't like that.
What is so behind the scenes? You think there are things like, hey, we
Yes.
don't punch each other in the jaw?
Yep. Or don't go. We can punch in the face, but don't go for broke. Like, don't knock me out.
Really?
Yeah. It's an exhibition.
That's
so
not
they
very
can get away
interesting
with
to me.
it. No. Until I find the rule sets, but when I hear exhibition, I'm like, okay.
Jake is bodied up, man.
He's big.
Yeah.
Probably has 100 pounds on Gervonta.
Maybe. I'd say Gervonta probably walks at 150.
He's so small.
so small. I mean, he's really small. Bring up Gervonta Davis next to Floyd Mayweather, because I've seen Floyd in person and he's tiny. You've seen Floyd in person.
I've worked with Gervonta and Floyd.
Tiny.
Well, Floyd
dude.
likely has shoes on there.
Oh, dude, he's so small.
He's tiny, guys.
Yeah. And he's so small.
For Chael Sonnen has emerged as one of the most vocal supporters of Gervonta Davis in this situation. To Sonnen, Tank isn't just fighting for himself, he's fighting for boxing's credibility. He acknowledges that Jake Paul has introduced new fans to the sport, but he also believes that hype without mastery weakens boxing's integrity. Sonnen insists that Davis must deliver a statement performance, one that reminds the world what true skill looks like when faced with internet-built popularity. In his eyes, this fight isn't just a contest. It's boxing defending its identity.
Tank has one job to do, which is to let anybody know that's listening that it doesn't make any difference, that boxing is a real sport. My skills versus your skills, of which I have an abundance of and of which you have none of. My life's commitment and dedication versus a second or third or fourth thought in the world of priority on your list. And I used to believe those things. Now, I go back far enough in MMA that I've had my eyes open a number of times. The fact that karate was so incredibly useless, or the fact that Jeet Kune Do was so incredibly useless, like these were not things that I would have bet on when I was in high school. As a wrestler at that time, I would not have assumed that I would fare well in a fight against somebody that knew Kung Fu. We had all been falsely led through Hollywood. Not through competition, not through sport, not through understanding of the game, but just through Hollywood. We were told that those guys were the most dangerous guys. So, we then eventually get up to Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, which had a weight discrepancy, but it was very small. I mean, I watched them weigh in. I want to say it was...
Weight divisions exist for a reason to ensure fairness and protect fighters from dangerous mismatches. Gervonta Davis is used to opponents who move at high speed and share his build. Against Jake Paul, he's dealing with a man who naturally carries far more muscle size and raw strength. Even if Tank's power and timing are elite, he'll be facing someone who can absorb punishment differently. That physical imbalance turns this matchup into a strategic war. Jake benefits from size, while Tank relies purely on precision and explosiveness. The question is, can skill alone overcome physics?
No way in hell this fight was ever gonna happen. And the fact that y'all believed it, I don't know, you're stupid. So Rick Thompson, chairman of the Georgia Athletic Commission, told USA Today Sports that Paul's promotion company withdrew its request for permits and a rule waiver, citing the 65-pound weight difference between the fighters. The Rick Thompson guy straight up said they've been promoting something they should not have been. Come on, guys, like, use your brains. Y'all boxing fans, you understand this. This fight was never gonna happen. This is the article from USA Today. It says the status of the proposed fight between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis under scrutiny because of the weight discrepancy between the two fighters. Rick Thompson is coming out and saying this stuff because he said he believes it's in the public's best interest to know that they've been promoting something they should not have been. Communications director for the Office of the Secretary of State told USA Today Sports the event will not be happening. But funny enough, tickets are still available. You could still purchase them online, and the fight is still listed.
Throughout his career, Gervonta Davis has preached the importance of legacy fighting real contenders and building a record based on greatness, not gimmicks. That's why some of his most loyal fans are conflicted about this fight. They feel Tank should be facing top-ranked opponents, not social media stars. To them, stepping into the ring with Jake Paul risks validating influencer boxing as part of the sport. While they understand the financial appeal, they fear it sends the wrong message that fame can outweigh skill. For purists, Tank's legacy should be built on champions, not entertainers.
Problem with boxing, Tank Davis is. Jake Paul's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. He's a Disney Channel kid, YouTube star turned boxer. Of course, he's gonna make these stupid spectacle matchups. He doesn't care about his career, his legacy, or the sport. Meanwhile, we have Tank Davis, the heir apparent to Floyd Mayweather and Adrian Broner, who has real talent. And if he was actually consistent in the ring and was willing to get in with some of the best fighters in the world, he could be top 3 pound for pound best fighters in the sport. But instead, Tank just wants to hold up his division for 5 years and make a mockery of the sport, especially with this fight. I know Tank Davis multiple times has said he only cares about the money and just wants to make 100 mil and go retire off an island somewhere. But that's bad for the sport, especially coming from one of our sport's biggest superstars. Look at guys like Naoya Inoue, Alexander Usyk, Terrence Crawford. Those guys are real fighters, okay? They challenge themselves against the best fighters in the world. And money comes their way too from it. Don't get it twisted. What's crazy is Tank would make just as much money if he fought Shakur, Devin Haney, even Teofimo Lopez. The biggest tragedy of all is the fact that Lamont Roach isn't getting his rematch. He got robbed in that fight with a knockdown. He definitely would have won the split decision, and he would have got his Buster Douglas moment, but he didn't. And now he can't even get a rematch because Tank is going to do this. And now Lamont Roach has to fight Pitbull Cruz instead. I used to be such a big Tank Davis fan, but over the last year and a half that I've had this channel, the amount of BS that I've had to report on Tank Davis just like this completely turned me off as a fan of Tank Davis. Jake Paul can do his thing with the influencers, with the MMA fighters, but with boxers, stop.
That's it for today's video, fight fans. This story is just getting started, and the build-up is only getting crazier. Stay tuned for more updates.